In the 21st century, one might think climbing the social ladder would have gotten easier. If you ask The Economist, The New York Times, WeForum, or The Atlantic, you would quickly be wrapped up in a convincing story about how you're destined to be poorer than your parents. This is not an idea born in 2021. It's an idea that gains and loses popularity depending on what else is headlining the news. As the fourth wave of COVID washes over us, and inflation runs rampant, we're reminded just how unlucky those of us in our prime earning years are. What the news is saying is true. This is a challenging time, and we can no longer expect to work the same job for 40 years and retire comfortably. That doesn't sound that attractive anyway. We will take a different path through life than our parents. The same will be true for our children. There are many things outside of our control, decided on by governments and the system we were born into. Things will get better, and others will seem worse. The constant is change. Each generation has unique opportunities and challenges, and those who don't yearn for the past but recognize the benefits of a changing world will surpass their parents in wealth. Popular news outlets are damned. My brow furls when I see The Economist produce a video called, "Why It's Harder to Earn More Than Your Parents," because most will see that and think the headline is describing them. If you watch the video, it's actually about the challenges people in the lowest income bracket face. The news story touting the difficulties of millennials makes it seem like the phenomenon of earning less than your parents plagues an entire generation. But if you peek under the hood, you will see it's largely directed at the working class. Those articles get some things right. You are at a major disadvantage if you're born poor. That is something we need to fix as a society. It won't change today, tomorrow, or next week. It's also true that the housing market crash has now dinged millennials, and Gen Z was slapped in the face by a pandemic going strong 2 years after the first case was discovered. We could say it's unfair and stop there. Or we can recognize that from challenge comes opportunity. If you adopt the obstacle as the way mentality, you will see that there has never been an easier time to make money. Technology to the rescue. Whether you grew up in a low-income family, I did, or were born into the middle class, it's undeniable that we have technology-enabled opportunities that our parents couldn't have even dreamed of. We can learn just about anything online. We can earn money without ever leaving our homes. We can put our resources to work for us while we're on vacation or even asleep. Every generation has its own unique opportunities. The technologically savvy millennials probably have had the best investing opportunity of all time. Netflix is the best performing stock over the past 10 years, but it pales in comparison to the returns that Bitcoin provided to its early investors. You likely didn't invest in either 10 years ago because Netflix was still shipping DVDs, and Bitcoin was unheard of by mainstream society. The point is our generation has had and will continue to have wild opportunities for wealth creation. I mean, someone turned $8,000 into $5 billion by investing in a dog coin. The Economist touts education as the answer to your earnings problem. Education will definitely help. I went to university, and it helped me get my first job. A good job is one piece of the puzzle, but how the wealthy stay in the upper class is by leveraging their assets to expand their wealth at a faster rate than the middle-class folk. The system is not fair, and the wealthy have a huge advantage over everyone else. But be careful of the narrative you tell yourself. If you were all doom and gloom like the headlines encourage, then you might not take advantage of all the ways you can blow up your wealth. The wealthy get richer because they have assets that appreciate value. You, too, can start accumulating assets even if you don't have a ton of extra income lying around. You can purchase a piece of real estate, a piece of art, an asset class typically reserved for people that can spend obscene amounts on a single painting, or even a piece of the Declaration of Anti-Slavery. With technology, we now have access to money-making opportunities that were reserved for the ultra-wealthy. You can open your own hotel, lend to small businesses directly, cutting out the bank, invest in speculative assets, and start your own jewelry business buying products directly from overseas suppliers. Inflation is running wild, but you can overcome that by earning yield on stable coins or other cryptocurrencies. Learning about the crypto space has proven to be one of the most lucrative educational opportunities in the last decade. Yield farmers made banks in 2020, and NFT traders have been raking in 2021. As they say, cash is trash, and nowadays there are endless opportunities to get much wealthier by investing the stuff. These are investment opportunities our parents never had. Yes, there are fewer factory jobs, but you have access to boundless education opportunities to help you develop in-demand skills. If you took the time to learn about cryptocurrency over the last 5 years, you could have used that knowledge to totally replace your income. There are other, perhaps more sensible, ways to use the internet to gain knowledge to change careers, from free online courses via edX, Coursera, or YouTube, to paid online learning experiences from some of the top universities in the world. Yes, housing prices are unaffordable, but you can now work from almost anywhere in the world. Historically, people were stuck living in a big city if they wanted a big city job. That's no longer the case. You can live in a smaller city with more affordable real estate. For those screaming, it's not the same cultural experience, that's true until you start making the smaller city a more livable place. Everywhere sucks until it's made better by the people living there. The internet has made earning extra income easier than it's ever been. Our jobs may not be as solid anymore, but we no longer need to rely on one source of income in the 21st century. The media wants to give you an excuse to throw your hands up and say it's not my fault. There are lots of reasons they are right, from inflation to increasing inequality. Or you can ignore the headlines and find incredible opportunities to become far wealthier than your parents. Use technology to your advantage, assets to compound wealth, and newfound mobility to take advantage of geo-arbitrage. You might even see a problem in society and come up with a business solution that enables individuals to have a better life. The person that does that will be the richest of all. Earning more than your parents doing the same job in terms of real purchasing power is shown to be unlikely. What's undeniable is the additional opportunities you have to earn money outside of your job. Some will say that is still unfair. Why should we be forced to have side hustles just to keep up with inflation and match our parents' earnings? Others have figured out that with the additional income they can earn by leveraging technology, they don't need to work as much as their parents. Working part-time at whatever you went to school for while earning whatever additional income you need from passion projects and investments is a lifestyle more are getting accustomed to. Our parents were stuck in a job for their entire working lives. We have options on when and where to work and what we do to earn income. It's no surprise the Great Resignation is happening now. Each generation has something to complain about, and the one before them will say there is something wrong with kids today, they are too soft. But the fact is, we were raised by the generation before us and decided we would make some tweaks to how things are done. We have to deal with the circumstances we are born into. Seeing our parents work their guts out for a 30-year pin in a month's vacation, only to be laid off when the economy takes a hit, has shown us that we must take control of our financial future. The technologies invented and decentralized business models created are a product of our time. Learn as much as you can about them. Use them to your advantage. That's how you jump social classes and earn more than your parents in the 21st century. Not that it's all about the money, because it's not. It's about what you do with your time here on Earth. There is no denying when you don't have to worry about money, you can spend time on things that matter.